Hello everyone, and welcome again to my video. Recently I did a video to explain why Indonesian government decided to create 5 new provinces in West Papua, and also their plan about the Trans-Papua Highway. So I'm just gonna elaborate further why Indonesian government came up with this DOB plan, which is the plan to create new provinces in West Papua and also the Trans-Papua Highway. So the whole idea about creating this DOB plan and the Trans-Papua Highway, and also the Indonesian government went ahead and extend the revised special autonomy law in West Papua when the people of West Papua have rejected these revised special autonomy laws. So they are, like in West Papua, you have the representative of the West Papuan people called MRP, Majelis Rakyat Papua, or the Papuan People's Council. They've met people and majority from all stakeholders inside West Papua have rejected this revised special autonomy law. And also there was a like a petition that went around to gauge the view of everyone, and there was around 700,000 plus people that actually signed a petition refusing this the idea of extending another 20 years of special autonomy law in West Papua. So what is happening right now, I'm just going to basically explain why Indonesian government is ignoring the wish and the demands of the West Papuan people, and they're forcing these things that I've just mentioned. So Indonesian government currently has huge debt, international debt, money that it owes to international organizations like IMF or the World Bank and other international funding other international donors or debt funding them. So, and every year the Indonesian government, their debt, is increasing into billions of dollars. So they basically don't have any money to pay off this debt. So what they're doing right now is basically they're looking at West Papua and the rich natural resources that West Papua has. So the reason why they're creating this DOB and Trans-Papua Highway and extending the special autonomy in West Papua is because they need to get hold of these rich natural resources that belongs to the people of West Papua. So the idea of creating this Trans-Papua Highway is that when all the roads are linked towards the city and to the coastal area, the Indonesian government will be able to access those areas, like they have potential gold, copper reserve, oil, gas, and they will bring in investors to come in to extract all those rich mineral resources, which rightfully belong to the people of West Papua. And these resources will be rich natural resources will be exported out from West Papua to pay off Indonesia's debts. Indonesia owes a lot of billions of dollars debt to international companies, organizations like International Monetary Fund, IMF, and also the World Bank and other international organizations, financial organizations that they owed money to. So they are looking at West Papua as the potential area where they would get those needed funding. So by creating these new provinces and also funding or, constructing this Trans-Papua Highway. That's the only way where they can get these projects going and, get these investors to come in, and they'll start extracting the gold, copper, and the other rich natural resources that belong to the people of West Papua. They're trying to steal what is rightfully belong to the people of West Papua. So Indonesia's debt is into billions of dollars. So they basically don't know where to get this money to pay off their debt. So they're looking at West Papua as a potential area or region where they can be able to use those resources over there to pay off the debt. So that is why you can see that they won't listen to the demands and the wish of the West Papuan people. They totally ignore the wish, the demands of the West Papuan people. Even the West Papuan Governor Lukas Enembe has voiced his concern about this revised special autonomy law, because special autonomy law in West Papua has failed. So Papuans have been asking raising the concerns and making public, rallies, organizing public rallies, and letting everyone know that they do not like this extension of the revised special autonomy law, and also this DOB plan and the Trans-Papua Highway. So they've made this turn clear, but you can see the Indonesian government has ignored all the calls by the West Papuan people. So they've actually shut their ears, shut their eyes, and they don't want to listen to anyone. So they've gone ahead in getting these new provinces created without listening to the wish and demands of the West Papuan people. So currently in West Papua, in an area called, in the Regency called Pegunungan Bintang, or the Star Mountains, especially the new province called it's called Papua Tengah or something. It's a province mainly in the Highlands region of West Papua, and that is where the newly reorganized. No, it's not a newly reorganized area, but there's an area there called Wabu Block. Wabu Block is an area in the highlands of West Papua where it is extremely rich with massive gold deposits. It was recently discovered. So Indonesian government wanted that area. So since they find it very hard to access that area, because they have to go through in order to access that area, it has to go through the governor of Papua, Lukas Enembe, to approve it. So the whole idea of creating these new provinces, now you have a province called Papua Pegunungan. It's like a province in the highlands of West Papua. So that area where we call Wabu Block, that's an area where there is a massive discovery of gold deposits. So, the Indonesian government wanted that area, but for them they've been struggling to get there because there's a lot of opposition from the Papuan governor and other, the landowners over there who disagreed with the idea by the Indonesian state. So they've refused any discussion or meeting with the Indonesian government about that area called Wabu Block. So Indonesian government, in order to bypass the province of Papua, they have to create new provinces, 5 new provinces, and one of them is the Papua Pegunungan. It's a new province in the highlands, and this is where the area called Wabu Block would come under. So now they won't have to go through the province of Papua, which is where Lukas Enembe is the governor. They would have to go through another person. So they went to Jakarta. They went and appointed a lady, something Haluk, who is now the governor of that new province. So we are worried and concerned that because they might go through here in order to have access to that area called Wabu Block, and that area, it's an area up in the Intan or somewhere in the highlands of West Papua. There is a massive discovery of gold reserves, and it is within the Lorenzo UNESCO National Park. So this area is kind of like a reserve. We don't do anything or touch it, but the Indonesian government wanted that area now, so they are working so hard to get that area called Wabu Block. So it is you can always Google it. Go to Google and type Wabu Block, West Papua, and then it will give you more information about that area and why Indonesian government is so desperate to gain access to the area. But at this stage, they couldn't go because they have to get an approval through the governor of Papua, which is Lukas Enembe. So you can see that the whole idea why Lukas Enembe was arrested, and they claim that he misused the money. I think it's not true. I think there is a game being played here. So in order to go and access that area, that particular area called Wabu Block, they have to find some way in getting Lukas Enembe involved in some, charge him on corruption or something. So, and that's how currently Mr. Enembe is being held in confinement in Jakarta. So he's being held in in isolation. And up until now, we are also concerned about his health. He's deteriorating as we speak. There was a foreign intelligence report that says that Mr. Enembe has been poisoned. So his health has deteriorated significantly. And I think during the time when he was captured, arrested in Jayapura in Abe, they flew him out of West Papua that same day, and everything happened so fast that he didn't even take his medication. And for the past 10 days, when he was arrested and taken out of West Papua, for the 10 days he missed out on his medication. So that was the information we had during the press conference that his wife and his team of doctors and lawyers held in Jakarta. So there was kind of a lost control. So his life-saving medication, he missed out. So his health could have significantly deteriorated during the time. So that's exactly from what we can see is that this is the whole plan by Jakarta in order for them to access Wabu Block, which is an area in the highlands of West Papua. It has massive gold deposits, and since they can't get all of it, they can't get hold of that area or access that area because it has to go through the governor of Papua, Lukas Enembe. They have to create these new provinces now, 5 new provinces. So the one that was created recently, it's called Papua Pegunungan. So it's it's a province in the highlands of West Papua. So this area called Wabu Block would come under that area. So you have a new governor. It's a lady, something by the name of Haluk. So we are really concerned that Indonesia government would go through here to sign this agreement for them to mine that areas. It's a massive gold deposits, and it's within the Lorenzo National a national, UNESCO national park or something. It's kind of like a reserved area, and then we are very concerned with this Trans-Papua Highway because once all the roads are linked up to the cities from the remote areas to the cities and then to the coastal, that's when the Indonesian government would be able to access those areas where there are potential gold, copper reserve, then they would come in and start stealing those rich natural resources which rightly belongs to the people of West Papua. So Indonesian government is trying to use the resources in West Papua to pay off its debt. So they currently owe billions and billions of dollars debt. They owe money to International World Bank, to IMF and other financial institutions, and they basically don't have no money to pay off this debt. So they're looking at West Papua as the only place where they can, access to pay off their debt. So we're extremely concerned that, Indonesia is not listening to the wish and the demands of West Papuan people, and they are rushing into creating these new provinces, which will have a significant impact on the lives of indigenous people of West Papua. And also, looking at the population again, I would stress this. The West Papuan population is less than 3 million. And so when you create these new provinces, where are you going to get people to come and work? So, population is so small. I think 2 provinces is enough. But when you create these 5 new provinces, of course, Indonesia will definitely get their own people from outside to come in and work in West Papua. So it is a big issue, a big concern, and also it's going to affect the lives of indigenous people of West Papua, and especially their survival. And so so I was thinking I'll probably just elaborate further on what I said earlier on in my previous video. So just basically to explain why the Indonesian government decided to create these new provinces, and also the Trans-Papua Highway, which is a massive road construction that is currently going on. And it's been funded by, I don't know, maybe some international donors. And we have to make sure that these people are aware that these fundings, you're funding a regime that has killed over 500,000 Melanesian peoples of West Papua. So, you need to really question whether this funding is going to the right place. So, once again, thank you everyone for those who have been able to share our videos on Twitter or on Facebook. It is very important that your leaders, wherever you are actually aware of what's happening in West Papua, so they can be able to help us raise this matter at the appropriate venues like UN, and raise that, let the world leaders know about what's really going on inside West Papua. So once again, thank you for your time, thank you for your concern, and I always say that the issue with Papua is a humanitarian and a global issue which concerns every good men and women, and we cannot allow the matter and the killing of West Papuan people to continue. It has to stop. So once again, thank you for your support, and take care. God bless.